This half hour, we're continuing to follow that helicopter crash in Terrebonne Parish this morning.
Joe Raleigh is in the newsroom and he's been following updates from last night. Joe, what's the latest?
Good morning. Well, we know that one person survived the accident and is in the Oxnard Medical Center in Metairie this morning. At last report, that person is still in critical condition. Meanwhile, federal officials will be in Terrebonne Parish today to find out what exactly caused the crash. The Petroleum Helicopters aircraft took off from the company's helipad in Amelia, that's due east of Morgan City, and then crashed near Bayou Penchant on its way offshore with 7 workers and 2 crew members to an oil platform in the Gulf. Now, while federal officials are still on their way here to begin the investigation, deputies from the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office worked overnight on the rescue and recovery efforts. Because the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office and the Coroner's Office are still in the process of notifying all those families involved, they have not released any information about the people involved in the crash. But Coast Guard Petty Officer Jacqueline Young tells ABC 26 that all but one person on board the helicopter was killed.
The Coast Guard medevaced one passenger and transported the passenger to Shea Bear Medical. The other eight people were found to be deceased.
Now, one of the things the NTSB's investigators will be taking into account is what was the weather like at the time. And meteorologist Hank Allen provided me with this satellite loop from the time of the accident. And while you cannot rule out weather conditions at this point, it does appear that the skies were clearing at the time. So we'll be looking to those investigators to answer a lot of questions, especially from the families of those crash victims. John?
Joe, a very sad, tragic story, especially on a holiday weekend. Well, more news headlines.